Alright guys, today we are in something a lot newer than the normal V and a VS on the channel. This is a VZ SS, an Impulse Blue, and one of my favourite things about this car, straight away, we'll get straight into it, is the seats. I really love the blue leather interior, and you know, and Holden did a lot of this back in the day. They had the red VZSSs or VYSSs. You could get the red leather and the Cosmo purple as well. And I think that's the three colours they did. But it is pretty rare to find one in good nick, and this one really is, and I'll show you that later. But overall, this car is really cool, and it really reminds me. If you guys don't know, I used to have a blue VZ Ute. It wasn't as nice as this, and it definitely wasn't a V8, but it was manual, and that's really what this car reminds me of. So it reminds me of my P-plate days. And anyway, you know, I even had this sort of SS steering wheel, and actually thinking about it, it was in very similar condition to this, but I didn't have this nice cool blue dash. But anyway, what we're going to do is start it up. This thing sounds fantastic. It's got an LS9 cam, and it's got heaps of, yeah, there you go, sounds nuts. It's got X-Force exhaust. And anyway, I'm going to do an overview video of this car, so you'll learn more about it then. But this is, you know, what a lot of SSs are like. I love these. I know that they're SAS, but you could get the VZs with those factory, and you know, you've got these awesome little cup holders that are from Saab. If you guys don't know, they're from the Saab division. Back when GM had a partnership with Saab in the early 2000s. But anyway, we will move on from there. This car does have an XCD heavy-duty clutch, and so if you see me stagger a little bit or bunny hop a little bit, don't be too mean. But yeah, we're only in a 40 zone at the moment, so we're not going to go too crazy. But again, these cars I think are really going to become a bit of a modern classic. You know, these are going to be the Kingswoods and all of that stuff that people really care for, because back in the day, even I remember, you know, you could get one of these for $4,000 or $5,000 when I was 18, and a lot of people bought these and parted them out. And you know, actually, now that I say that, I even remember watching Mighty Car Mods when they put that LS1 in the S15. They bought a VT SS with an LS1. I think it was $1,000 or something like that. And that is what's happened to a lot of these cars, because they were just so cheap. So it is really cool to have one that has survived that, and especially with the blue leather, which this one has, and especially being manual. So this one, it's got a nice new rebuilt box, and it's so tight. It's definitely the tightest T56 that I've ever experienced. And yeah, just a really cool thing to show you guys. And if you're unfamiliar, you know, half of my followers on YouTube, or subscribers rather, are American. So you guys never really got these looking like this. They were either, you know, the Pontiacs or whatever. But these were really common cars back in the day, and the average Aussie could easily buy one of these. And they have, you know, a lot of them have been daily driven, but they're definitely now being saved and putting in garages and things like that, and that is sort of the case with this one. This one does have a few modifications which I absolutely, you know, approve of, because I would do the same thing. It's got supers, which I actually had, the Super Sport wheels. I actually had those on my Ute of the same colour back in the day, and it's been lowered, and it's got an exhaust, and it's got a VCM OTR and LS9 cam and LS7 lifters, and just a bunch of, you know, performance things, light performance things, and it just sounds really good. But unfortunately, it does come at the expense of fuel economy. This is, you know, it's not a Toyota Prius. We've got 23 litres per 100k, which that's not the best, if I'm completely honest, in terms of fuel economy, but that's not what this car is about anyway. But driving this VZ has, you know, if you guys are following along the channel, I have a lot of V and a VSs, and I bought a VK a couple of weeks ago, and those cars are great, you know, don't get me wrong, but I think I need an SS, and I've still got that Toyota Hiace. So if anyone's watching and wants a Toyota Hiace swap for an SS, I'll probably do that for you. But anyway, regardless, once that goes, I think I need to buy something with this. It's hard to, I don't know if I can really don the name Commodore Man if I don't have something, or have an LS1 nice old NC Fairlane, 5 litre. But yeah, it's really cool, and like I said, these cars are really being preserved now. They're staying in people's garages and that kind of stuff, and it's cool. It's cool. I really, it's special to drive this, and this one is obviously cared for, especially with the leather. So if you guys don't know, you really have to care for this this material, this sort of blue, or any of the coloured ones really, because they wear a lot easier. Like the colour starts to come off and stuff like that. So in a second, guys, I'll pull over and I'll show you the outside of the car, and you know, sort of show you what this thing looks like. But it looks fantastic. It's one of Holden's best SS's. I think all of their SS's honestly look great, but this one is really, really good. So we'll have a look in a. Alright guys, so we have parked up here, and I just thought I'd give you a quick walk around of the outside. It is pretty windy, so I'm going to try and reduce as much wind noise as I can. But yeah, again, this is a VZ, you know, you've seen them a million times, so this is mostly for the international viewers. But enough talking, I'll show you. But yeah, I'll try my best with the audio. As you can see, super sports, it looks great. I think that front end is fantastic, and if I'm completely honest, I almost like this styling more than the clubbies, more than the club sports. And there you can see the hint of the blue leather seats, and I don't know, it's such a good looking car. One thing a lot of P-platers do as well is they put these tail lights on their VYs. That's a really common thing, but just the badges and just everything, it's just aged so well. And even in here, all of the blue leather interior, it's just a really, really nice looking car, and I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to give one of these a crack. Again, I'll put up a photo of my old blue VZ, but it looked exactly the same as this, the front end anyway, just a ute. And yeah, really cool car. I didn't have a bonnet protector though. I also love all of the V8 badging. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and it's really cool to have something a little bit newer on the channel, because I've had a lot of, you know, V and VS. So I'm very grateful that that I was lent this car, and if these are your kind of cars, please follow along, subscribe, and all of that stuff. And I will be doing a proper overview of this car. And yeah, it's just, I don't know, I really, really love this series of Commodores. And I think that this needs to be, maybe not this one in particular, but something with an LS1. It needs to be one of the next cars that I buy. So subscribe, like, all of that stuff. And thank you for watching.